Mm-mm. Oh, that's what the problem is. There we go. Oh, that's what the problem is. There we go. All right, what's going on, party people? Let's get some stuff straight here. Boom. All right. Yep, we up in this place and ah, woo. There she is. That's my lady Shannon. What's going on now, Shannon? Yeah. Oh man, I need to shoot you an email when you get a chance. I think you got my number. Yeah, shoot me an email because I want you to review something and all of that. Violet, the notary up in here. All right. Yeah, I got a little bit of a lag going on. What's going on? What's going on? Why I got this lag? Yeah, my schedule got all messed up today. I think at one time I was supposed to have had like 4 signings, and I'm sort of dwindled down to just 2. And it was weird because I did one at 9 a.m., which supposed to have happened at 3. And because the one at 3 and the one at 3 was fine, even though it got moved to 9 a.m. But what happened was I was supposed to have 11 o'clock in Smithfield, Virginia. That got bumped to 1:30, but I couldn't do it because of the 3 o'clock because there was no way I was going to get back from Smithfield, which is an hour away, to here in time to do my 3. Then then after I told him I couldn't do the 1:30, which used to be 11, my 3 said I need to do 9. So by the time I got back to them for the 131, it was already gone. And then there was some other ones that I had that got in and out, canceled, reshifted to next week. So it's been real up and down the last couple of days across the board. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to do it last week, but I was down. I was down hard. I was down real hard last week. And there go my microphone. Trying to get my camera just right. Okay, there we go. And man, yeah, there was just no way I wasn't having it last week. So plus I had appointments at 2, 4, and 6. So I had to use Thursday to recuperate, having back spasms. And then Friday, I was strengthened enough to go do it. And then I grabbed a Saturday one. It was right down. I mean, it was like 3 minutes from me. So I took care of that one. And then I went back to resting, and I'm feeling way better now, way better, and all of that. So I just been enjoying myself this week and took a couple of days off. I had a couple on Monday, and then took Tuesday and Wednesday off. Knocked out what I had to do Thursday, and then I'm gonna take care of Friday and all of that. So, and this here also, since I want to let y'all know, you gotta I had to do some research on using a translator because I was asked about doing a closing for using a translator, and come to find out Virginia doesn't really have any rules per se on using translators. I was like, okay. So and then I know I just was asked about using a translator for Ron, which I wasn't sure if I could do or not. Found out that yes, in Virginia I can, was face to face or on Ron, but the liability is higher, meaning since I don't know what's being said, I don't know if this here is a legit deal or not. So the question then became, well, can I get the translator, somebody who I can trust? excuse me, or does it have to be that way? And found out that at least in Virginia, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't really say anything. And the guidance that I got, and I had talked to the NNA, was that you could probably go with the fact of the translator can't be somebody who's benefiting from the deal or somebody that's a family member. So no real estate agents, lenders, people from the title office, nobody who's benefiting from the transaction should be the translator, and it shouldn't be a family member. So I was like, okay, it seemed like I'm gonna just have to stay away from that. So each state is different, but for Virginia, that's what the NNA had advised. So I said, okay, I'm gonna just have to probably stay away from using a translator because there's a high probability that if something is said wrong, done wrong, I could still be liable. You know that. So welcome back to Fritter Friday. And yes, I got my fritter. Got it. Slightly warm. Got my tea. Got my water. And I even got a little extra throat lozenge. But I wanted to play something for y'all. This is from my man Q. I tell you, I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me make sure my volume's up. Make sure y'all volume's up on your device. And I just want y'all to check this out. All right. I love this. This is on point. This is just check this out, y'all. Just check this out.
Hey, yo, fellas, let me get you back. I just got an order come through. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to slide on this signer right quick. Get this taken care of.
It's captivated, baby. My slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got $1.25 for it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. They sign, I sign, made it come up on it. My slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got $1.25 for it.
Right,
let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. They sign, I sign, made it come up on it.
I'm a notary with a little poetry. When they see the work, yup, they already know it's me. Ain't nobody cold as me, and I brought my boys with me. We know that these unsealed, I know you're noticing. No games, no fluff, no frills. We came to this game to discuss what's real. In this lane, grab the wheel. It's insane that we deal with dangerous trainers with heinous behaviors. We ain't saviors, but we can save ya a little money and time. Don't thank us. We hear this banger, so tear the day up. No business mind, never mind. Just play us.
My slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got $1.25 for it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. They sign, I sign, made it come up on it. My slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got $1.25 for it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. They sign, I sign, made it come up on it. It's captivated, baby.
Oh man, I like that. I like that. I hope everybody heard that clear. That was what y'all think about that, y'all. What y'all think about that? Woo! I tell you, my man, he threw down on that one. He threw down on that one. That one was on point. I like that. Very, very creative. Yes, yes. My man, that was I like that one. That was on point there. Yes, so captivated notaries unseal, ringtone. I'm serious. I'm serious. That when he played that, I was just like, oh yeah, I was doing the prep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. I was ready to get some cardboard out and do some break dancing. I'm serious. I was ready to do my to do my thing. What's going on? What's going on, Shannon? Yeah, Q can hit you up with something with that for a ringtone. I'm serious. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, what's going on, Miss Jaylene Rogers? But today, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. As y'all saw the topic at hand, whoo. it came in right on time. What I'm gonna be talking to y'all about, and me and a wife were just talking for a good little while for the last couple of hours. I was gonna start at 2. I had a last minute house inspection that they were pinging me on trying to get done. So I said, let me just go in and knock this out now. So I went on and did that, and me and her was talking, and I've heard of this here called 48 Laws of Power. 48 Laws of Power. And I was already thinking about talking about how to keep from getting scammed as a business owner, irregardless of the business that you're in. And when she mentioned it, because she's just now learning about it, I've known about it for about a year or so. I really hadn't talked to anybody about it because I was still trying to digest it and everything. And as we was talking about it on the phone, I said, oh, I'm just checking out number 27. Here's the thing. When you understand these laws that people could be using to control you and manipulate you into getting out of you what they want for themselves, it can empower you to keep from getting scammed. When you understand what people are using, these laws, and the fact that they could be using them to control and manipulate you in order to get out of you what they want for themselves, that can empower you not to get scammed. But you got to know what the scam is. And that's with business across the board. And this can be implemented everywhere. Now, there's people who can do it knowingly as well as unknowingly. And both are bad. There's not one that's worse than the other. And if you wanted to say which one is worse than the other, I would say possibly when somebody don't know what they're doing and you're trying to work with them, and it's frustrating you because you're trying to work with them, but they're using these tactics and techniques, these laws of power, and it's frustrating the heck out of you because it seems like they're clueless, and they just may be. So let me drop the link in the description for those of y'all that are on, at home possibly or at work. They can pull this up. Let me pull this up. I don't know why. Oh, here it is. So this is a book summary by a gentleman by the name of Paul Miners. And the book is by a gentleman named Robert Greene. Okay. You can go somewhere everywhere to get it. Okay. You can just go out there and get it. And this isn't, I don't think would ever be a one-time read type of thing. Let me zoom this in so y'all can see a little better. There we go. So, well, let's see. So it says, don't let the title put you off. This book isn't just for people who are power hungry. Many Robert Greene's 48 laws are applicable in many different areas of life, and there's something in here for everyone. The 48 laws of power examine 48 key steps to understand how to use and enforce your power. These fundamental laws are a combination of actions, thoughts, and tactics that you can employ in order to play the power game. Greene understands and clearly outlines how power can be effective in furthering your business potential. And all of that is cool, but some people use this as a way of manipulating you. And the one that I was just looking at right here, Law 27. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Everyone wants to feel like they belong to something, and everyone wants to believe is something that is bigger. Both probably supposed to be believe in something that is bigger than themselves. Green explains that people are always looking for something or someone to follow, to take advantage of that need and desire to gain and follow, promise plenty of hope, to be enthusiastic and offer new regimes for people to follow. Green explains that a key to leading people is asking them to make a sacrifice for you. This is how you build a following and a belief system, leading to more and more power for you. So you looking at this here, and again, you know, and probably a whole lot of people going to want to look at this here live when they see what we're talking about. And that's fine. They'll come back and look at it later. But I'm going to tell you now, when you understand the game, you will understand why you're getting the marketing and this here rush of you gotta know, you gotta know, you gotta know, you know, and it makes you feel like you're missing out on something, that if you don't get over here with these people got it going on. And if you don't get over here with these people, then you're gonna be done and left out in the cold. And y'all know me, I operate the exact opposite. I'm like, look, you can do this. You don't even need me. I can shut this down and go about my business and make my money, and you can do the same. But there are people out there that need that power, and they need you in order to feel powered. So they need you to follow them, to sacrifice for them, to give your all for them. And here's the by the time you realize what's going on, you tapped out. And you never get to move forward in what you was called to do. That's why I was saying in the notary pyramid scheme video, and I know a lot of people a lot of people did not like me doing that one. But what I was saying is, how much training do I need to take before you believe in me to do your orders? How much more training? How much more of this? How much more of that I need to do? You know, right now, this, you know, with the market changing and shifting and all of that, what is the first thing everybody's saying? Oh, get more training, do more marketing. But where's the opportunities? I'm gonna train you how to market, and you'll find the opportunities. But if the market and the opportunity are in the market, with the market shrinking, interest rates rising, all of this, the opportunities are getting less and less, but you're pulling in more and more notaries. How do we find the opportunities that everybody can be? Well, you know, you can't get it for everybody. Some people just going to be left out, but you're constantly pulling more and more people in. And now when you have the unemployment rate, they're trying to push that up. That means more people are going to be out of a job. And then more and more people are now being told, find a secondary thing that you can do, a side hustle. Now you got more notaries coming in. And there's this cult-like atmosphere around people that you need to take this person, you need to be with these people. And feel free to comment while we're talking, y'all. Feel free. I know y'all listen to me, probably figuring out where I'm going. There's no special place that I'm going with this. I'm just trying to show you that if you understand these laws, I'm telling you now, you are going to be in a much better place than you could ever be. You know, like this here says, conceal your intentions. The third law stresses that you should never let people know your intentions. And there's a reason behind that. Obviously, your actions are promoted by your intentions, but never let them be known. Keep people in the dark will mean that they are unable to prepare themselves and will be unprepared when it's time for them to react or respond. Green goes as far as to recommend giving them false information, suggests that you are heading off in a different direction, so that they get caught up in that. By the time your intentions are revealed, it will be too late for them to do anything about it. Part 1, use decoy objects of desire and red herrings to throw people off scents. Part 2, use smoke screens to disguise your action. Yeah, I'm doing real good, chap. I'm doing good. I'm doing much, much better. I'm doing much, much better. That's, you see what I'm saying? These are the things. Now, there are times where you can use this legitimately in your business. But think about it. What is one of the things that people say? Don't do the $60 order. Don't do the $60 order. Although 80% of the work out there is under $100, but they're telling you don't do this. A lot of people have started realizing that them telling me not to do that, they're doing it. Because if there's only 20% of the orders are $100 or more, and you got 7,000 notaries, there's not enough money. So where are you making your money from? So they got you thinking this direction. And I've been screaming and yelling at y'all, probably making me look crazy, about, hey, don't follow that. Don't follow that scent trail. Get over here. This is where it's at. And those of you who have, y'all are making money and y'all are doing good. And in this downturn of the economy, things have been coming along just fine for you. But many of you, y'all like, nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't leaving my house for 60. I ain't leaving my house for 99. None of that. And now you're struggling. And many people are not getting any work at all, because when the work was out there, note what I'm saying, the work, not so much the dollar amount, but the work was there. You didn't do it because you listened to people who were smoke screening you. And next thing you know, that Fritter, next thing you know, you're sitting here trying to figure out how are they making all this money, and you not. And y'all in the same city. And in some cases, what people was doing, they had their young adult children doing the $60 orders, or the orders that was under 100. While they did the higher dollar amounts. And I understand that, but be that as it may, they combined all that money together in order for it to be a part of the household. So they still wasn't making the $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $12,000 all just strictly on $100 or more, and you're only doing 20 signings a month. No, that doesn't make sense. There's no way that can happen. But this here's another one that you will see. Oops. The seventh law is about delegation. Other people have plenty to offer in terms of knowledge, wisdom, talents, and skills. Green encourages you to take full advantage of other people and what they can offer. He explains that you shouldn't be doing tasks that someone else could be doing. By delegating your work, you'll save time and become more efficient. Don't forget, it's important that you take the credit. Now, remember, this is about power. So everything that they're telling you a person to do here is about them regaining and maintaining power. Okay? Let it be known that you're behind all the hard work. So everybody's doing all the work for you, but what you're doing is making sure you take the credit. And that's one of the things you have to be careful when you're trying to help somebody in the notary business or in any business, and you're also a part of it. So you're a notary, they're a notary, they're trying to run a signing company. And the next thing you know, they got you working in as an admin in their signing company, and you're not even getting any orders yourself, and you can't get to work. It's like, how can I get work? And they're telling you that because see, once that person makes you a W-2, they own you. Oh, he was so nice and she was so nice, but they got you as a W-2. So guess what? You can't take off and go do those signings anymore. 1099, you can't. W-2, you can't. So that's why, but it baffles me sometimes when there's notary business owners who are trying to grow and expand, and then they want to get other notaries to come work for them as a W-2. That's a problem. That's a problem right there because I still have a W-2 and still here. Yeah. Yeah. When they're close by. And same thing here. Um, you got to understand most of the time the worst person to have working for you in your business is somebody who's trying to do the same business as you. So that's a problem. That is a huge problem. And I see that a lot in the notary business. I would rather have somebody who is not even connected, don't even want to be a notary, have them work in the business. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would have them work in the business and all of that. But this whole point of getting others to do the work for you is all about basically maintaining a level of control over, sorry about that, maintaining a level of control over them and you still getting all the credit. And we see that a lot. A lot of that stuff is going on a day-to-day basis. So now here's another one. Here's another one. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary. Green explains you need to take control and make other people act. You need to act as the puppet master. Don't let this break down and have to reach out to others. Encourage them to come to you. Green suggests using lures, baits if necessary, and then once they've shown interest, you can use your influence and power to take control of the situation. He believes that you always need to be the one holding the cards. Again, this is all about you or them running the show. You know, win through your actions, never arguing. So, and now this is one of my weak points because I can be an argumentative person. Y'all knows I love the debate and all of that. So I will always look. I can always not all. I will always. I can look like the bad person in situations because of the way that I try to communicate. Whereas other people are just sort of sit back, real, soft spoken and things of that nature. Whereas I'm the opposite. I'm not that soft spoken. I see wrong, I say what's wrong. Where they'll win you over more so than I can win you over because they'll come like, well, see, I ain't like Griff. Come hang out with me. However, they're controlling you where I'm trying to give you your freedom. Scam call and all of that. So this is what's going on. Any questions? Any questions from anybody concerning what we've said so far? Any questions at all? I mean, I've been running my mouth here for a little bit. Any questions about anything? I don't know if any of y'all are looking at this on your computer, but if you are and you want me to talk about a particular law itself, let me know what that is, and I will be more than happy to talk about it. What I want y'all to understand is I'm trying to do something real quick. What I'm trying to do is get y'all to understand that as a business owner, you have to be an active participant in the protection of your business. As a business owner, you have to be an active participant in the protection of your business. As a business owner, you have to be an active participant in the protection of your business. Nobody owes you. Now, people are telling you no one owes you with regards to notary education. that I can take you to I can lead you to the water, but I can't show you, make you drink it. I can give you all the ingredients, but it's up to you to stir the pot. I can give you all the material, but it's up to you to build a house and all of this kind of stuff. Then why isn't it up to you to be actively involved in your own in your own business education and making sure that your business is protected? And it starts with you making sure that the people who are entering into your business life, inserting things, aren't doing things that are hurtful to you. So Matthew says the one about outshining the master. Yeah. The first law emphasizes the importance of ensuring that anyone above you in the hierarchy, whether it be it in business, work, or an organization, should always be made to feel like they are the superior. It's important to remember that you are below them. Remind them of that. It's easy to want to show off your talents and skills, but don't go too far and make you your superior feel insecure or inadequate. Green believes that by making your superior feel like they are even better than they are and better than you will help you on your road to power. If you make them doubt their role and power, this will only discredit you and set you back. So, those of you who are trying to start a business or to start or expand your business, you got to be careful now that somebody in your organization isn't doing this. You got to be careful that I'm sorry. I forgot to put it up there. I'm reading it. My bad, y'all. You got to make sure that they're not using this tactic on you. That's what you got to be careful of. Are they using the tactics on you? So you're trying to use it on them and they're trying to use it on you. You have to be careful of this. And Matt, Q, check your email. You have to be careful of this, because if not, you could really get hemmed up, and they'll sit there and can take your whole organization apart, and they got you pumped up and making you think you are it, and they just playing you. They just playing you left and right. That's what you got to be careful of when it talks about never outshine the master. There are people who are genuinely saying, yep, you got it, boss, you this, that, and the other. But others, they may be in their own way undercutting you. This would apply to a W-2 employee as well. Knowing how to move within the organization, especially with those who are in management that shouldn't be. Yeah. So you kissing up to the boss, and basically it's talking about being a kiss up. So you see people doing that, and then think about this. Many people, what they're doing in their business, in their W-2 life, they bring it over into their business. What they do in the W-2 world, they will bring it over as a business owner. And that's where you have to be careful. That's why it can be difficult sometimes as a business owner who's trying to do things right and working with other business owners or business entities, and then they are cutting the fool and acting up, and you're like, come on, we're supposed to be running a business and y'all acting like this. Well, they're only acting the same way that they did when they was a W-2. That's what they did as a W-2. They haven't been properly trained. They haven't had a mind change or a mind shift into a business mindset. So this is how they're going to act. This is what they're going to do. And there's really not a whole lot you can do about it except for do everything you can to protect yourself. So how do you protect yourself against this kind of stuff? Well, the first thing is educate yourself. Educate yourself concerning stuff outside of the normal entertainment you look at on TV and YouTube. Get into stuff like this. Read Brian Tracy. Listen to people about narcissism. I'm telling you, when you you got to understand what narcissism is and how those narcissists will play on you. Because I'm telling you, you are not immune from somebody playing you. And what's worse is that here you are trying to work with somebody and follow somebody and learn from somebody, and they're straight up narcissists. And they're making you feel bad about standing up and doing what you know that's right. And they're sitting there like, well, man, you're making me feel bad. I mean, I guess you trying to go out on your own. I guess you don't need me no more. I guess I'm nothing to you. I guess you're just going to suck me dry from everything that I've given you, of what I've given you, and then just leave me over here off to the side. And they do these kind of things to make you feel bad about taking the good information that they gave you and moving on. It's crazy how there are people out here who want to give you good information or halfway decent information and then get upset when you try to move on into your own. What's going on? What's going on? Good afternoon to you, lady. I'm so happy you speak on these topics. It definitely makes sense. I mean, makes me even a better savvy business owner, and I'm always learning. Right, discernment is the key. But see, you can't discern anything if you're not looking. If you got the blinders on, if you think everybody, because you want everybody to be nice, you want everybody to be like you and play fair and all of that. That's why we had the Notaries and Seal podcast. We talked about what? Everybody love everybody? No, we're out here competing. And you have to realize that what's one of the things it says right here? Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. And for some people, even though they don't verbally say it, we are their enemy because we are out here competing against them for revenue. And it says here, Green warns putting too much trust in your friends, especially your close friends. He explains that your friends are easily subject to envy and that they are much more likely to betray you when presented with an opportunity. Green believes that your former enemies can come in as more useful than your friends. This is because someone who was an enemy has a lot more to prove. You'll often find they work harder to earn your trust and respect. And for this reason, they make better colleagues than employees. They make better colleagues and employees. Going back to what I was saying before, how notaries are trying to get you to come work in their business because you're considered an enemy and you're that competitor. Green believes that you should fear your friends more than your enemies. And if you don't think you have any enemies, you should go out and look for them. What's going on, my man?
What up? What's going on, party people?
Hold on. We got Q here, so you know what time it is, y'all. You know what it is. You know what time it is.
How we doing?
We got to bring it on back up in here. Intermission time, y'all. The man of the hour, the mix master himself, DJ Q, the notary.
That's light work right there, man.
Here we go, y'all. Turn your volumes up and get ready to rock and roll.
Hey,
yo, fellas, let me hit you back. I just got an order come through. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to slide on this signer right quick. Get this taken care of.
It's captivated, baby.
Might slide.
Got an order for it. That's mine. Got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy. Keep these orders coming. They side, not side. Made it
come up on it.
I slide on the sign. I got an order for it. That's mine. Got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy. Keep these orders coming. They side, not side. Made it come up on it.
I'm a notary with a little poetry. When they see the work, yup, they already know it's me. Ain't nobody cold as me, and I brought my boys with me. We know the lease unsealed, I know you're noticing. No games, no fluff, no frills. We came to this game to discuss what's real. In this lane, grab the wheel. It's insane that we deal with dangerous trainers, with
heinous behaviors.
But we can save ya a little money and time. Don't thank us. We here to spang up, so tear the day up. No business mind, never mind. Just play up.
Come on now.
I got an order for it. That's mine. Got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy. Keep these orders coming. They side, not side. Made it come up on it. My side on the sign. I got an order for it. That's mine. Got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy. Keep these orders coming. They side, not side. Made it come up on it.
It's captivated, baby.
Oh man. Thank you. Hey, you want to know something though? I'm glad you guys like it in the chat. That song was an accident. What ended up happening is I liked the music so much, like the beat was crazy. So I set up my own LinkedIn or linked up page like Linktree. You know, everybody's got Linktree on Instagram and on their websites and everything like that. And I was like, man, I'm not putting Linktree on my stuff, man. I don't want their branding on none of my stuff. So I made my own. So I was trying to figure out how to get the instrumental to play on my website automatically, and I was struggling with that. And man, I was listening, that beat kept on going for about 2 hours, just nonstop on loop while I was trying to figure it out. And after 2 hours, a song just started formulating, and I was just done. I didn't go to sleep until about 6:45 that morning because I couldn't come out that zone. So
that's all right. That's
I'm
all
glad
right.
y'all like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting there like, oh man.
It bangs hard in the card. I did that.
Look, you know what? I read it because I got tired of that daggone Instagram clip of "Ooh, I Like It." That messy, yeah, messing that song up. Leave that song alone. All right, that's one of them ballads that you're supposed to be singing to you later, and you sitting up here, and then the people don't even look right trying to do it. I only seen one person that looked decent doing it. Everybody else, y'all lip syncing is way off. So stop it. And stuff. But what you think about what we've been talking about today here, man?
I'm gonna be honest. I had to step away and deal with something for my son's school. I was listening, and then I had a phone call. So I came back in when you were like, check the email.
Oh, okay.
But hey, I catch me up. Where we at?
All right. So basically, what we're talking about is the 48 Laws of Power.
Yes, I saw that. Good book.
Yeah. So, and just talking about the fact that if you're trying not to get scammed in your business, you need to understand the 48 laws of power that somebody could be using against you.
Yeah.
And control you while you're trying to run your business. They're saying, hey, look what I can do to help you in your business. But all the while, they're manipulating you and controlling you to do everything in your business and with your business for their business, and they're profiting, and you really haven't moved forward in yours because you spend more time doing stuff for them than really for what you're supposed to be doing.
No, it's really important to have a plan. Like, know where you're trying to get to at the very beginning when you get started. You know, when you're starting a business, you need to know what the end goal already looks like. And once you have and see that plan all the way through, you know, whether it's notary or you're starting a restaurant or, you know, being a painter or a roofer or something like that, you need to figure out what the end of the day looks like and plan your way all the way through to the ultimate success. And once you can see that plan, you know, all these little diverging roads that come along the way, it's going to be a lot easier to recognize, to see if that's actually something that's going to help you get to where you need to get, because you know where you need to get or not. You know, that's how I feel about it. And you know, the 48 Laws of Power, it's a good book, and it's a good book to understand, because it's very prevalent in the business world and amongst a lot of people that are offering different kinds of service out there, especially across the web, or courses, or I can show you how to do this, or we can cut these corners, and we can shorten learning curves and stuff like that. And that's not to say that not everybody's got it, you know what I mean? But if you know where you're trying to get to, you'll have a better understanding and be able to ask, whoever you're going to work with better questions. And my mother always used to say, the better the question, the better the answer. So if you're not asking good questions, you're not going to get the right answers. So set a plan for yourself, man. Know exactly where you're getting to, and you can avoid a lot of the scam.
Yeah. Now, like this one here, like law, like number 37 here. I mean 31. Now, this one is interesting. It says control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. When deceiving someone, you want them to feel like they have a choice. Let them feel like they are in control when you really are making the rules. If you can provide an option with two outcomes, but both benefit you, your victim will feel like they made a decision, and this will cloud over your deception. As long as you are benefited with both options, this will work in your favor. Consider the idea of presenting them with two evils, giving them the chance to pick the lesser of the two evils.
Do you really want me to comment on that?
Man, look,
Wait, we're not on Notaries Unsealed right now, so I don't know how much I can say about this.
look, man, look, this here is classic. That's what I've been trying to tell. And I know some notary folk out there mad at me right now. I'm not trying to be funny, but look, we supposed to be an industry of honor and integrity. I'll be honest, if this was a car washing or clothes retailing, whatever, I wouldn't even talk about this. But we are an industry that we have rose our hand to say we're going to follow our constitution. We're going to be honest. We're going to be upstanding, loyal, all of that. And then people are like, well, okay, I'm going to start this business. I'm going to start this training company. I'm going to start this marketing, this, that, and the other. And I'm going to tell y'all to do stuff. And none of it is really applicable. And they're giving you two options that both of them benefit them. So it's
Right.
not like an option to be with me and an option to be with someone else. Or unless the someone else is somebody who's a surrogate of theirs, and it still goes back to them. You get what I'm saying? And the same thing is, hey, I can teach you how to be a notary. I got training for you. Oh, okay, what's going on? Click the link in the description. Okay, well, that link is taking me back to a person who I decided I didn't want to go to.
No, you're right. I mean, and integrity is a big thing. Like even with Captivated, and when I speak with clients, I don't convert 100% of people that contact me. They'll say, "Well, I'm going to go, to somebody else for a logo," and I just, I have enough integrity with myself, and I say, you know what, that's perfectly fine. But just make sure that when you're receiving your files, that you receive, boom, 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 and you let them know exactly what it is that you want, so that way you can have some flexibility and what you're doing, and good luck. I hope it turns out well.
Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to get people to understand, that if you're going to really be a business owner, it's going to take some time and effort. And feel free to click the like button, everybody. Also share, let everybody know that we on here. But the key thing is, you got to be responsible for your business, and you got to open your mind up, and you can't be in such a tunnel that you don't think nobody would try to take advantage of you. And
Right.
there's a lot of stuff that's going on. And the bad part is sometimes, like I said, when somebody don't even know that they're doing any of these laws, but they're operating within them in order to control you and to get what they want out of you, and it's like, is your
Yeah.
business based on you? That's why I was saying a couple of weeks ago, make money with your stamp rather than always offer people. There's nothing wrong with making business, like what you're doing and what I'm doing with the training and you with Captivated. But at the same time, if somebody says, well, I don't want any more marketing, or somebody says, I don't need any more training, can I take my stamp and still make money with it? And some notaries can't.
Right. I mean, the notary is my number one business. And that's always going to get my first attention. It's not like I'm going to be canceling, an order because somebody from Captivated hit me up and that might be a potential client. Like, let me take care of the reason I even have Captivated. That's my foundation. I have to take care of my foundation before I can take care of the house that I'm building on.
Right. Yeah. Now now this one here, and I know you got something to say about this one. Number 11, learn to keep people dependent on you. The 11th law is about establishing relationships with other people who depend on you. Green explains that always being needed and wanted is the way to actually maintain your power and independence. If other people are too independent and don't need your input, then they will gain too much power. With colleagues and employees, ensure that you never teach them everything or give them the authority to do everything. They have to need you for something. Go ahead on, man.
Hey, if you're getting breadcrumbs, then that applies to you. If you're getting part of the information, and then next week we're going to cover such and such, and we're going to go through the ABCs one letter at a time, one week at a time. That's kind of exactly what that law applies to. You never give 100% of the information. A lot of times when it comes to people offering stuff for small businesses, it's to keep them continually coming back, right? So they will never completely give them the full service or the full gambit of information, because they want that reoccurring money to come back over and over and over again. And it's not about, oh, I'm trying to break this up to help you. No, it's, I want to continue to get your money every week or every month or whatnot. There's no reason why you can't get information quicker than that. And some people don't learn as quick, which is understandable. But to string somebody along for months at a time, it's like, what more do you need to learn? Especially when it comes to this business, it's not a whole
Right.
lot that you got to learn. Like this, it
Yeah.
doesn't really apply here, which I don't understand how it's a thing in the notary world, but it is. Like, it doesn't apply.
Yeah, that's the thing. And that's one of the things I learned when I first got in. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at all this stuff on the internet. I'm like, how hard is it to just do the notary business? To understand how to stamp. How hard is that? It can't be that hard at all. And I'm sitting here like, okay, what is going on here? And I'm like, I just need an answer. So that is part of the reason why I do my channel the way I do, where I'm just giving answers, because people are holding stuff and I'm like, okay, you need money that bad, or you feel, well, my time is valuable. And I'm like, I'm not saying that your time isn't valuable, but is the information that you're giving me that valuable?
Right.
You see, you're saying your time is valuable, but is the information that you're giving me, is the information that valuable that I should be paying you that level of money in order to get this piece of information? So, and again, I'm not against making money, but here, let's just be real. Not everybody can afford the $97 a month, the $47 a month. And I was always taught in business, give people value,
Right.
provide them with what they need, so that at the end of the day, they can grow and move forward. If you're not growing and moving forward, then there's a problem. And case in point, I was looking at a video the other day, and it was talking about a police officer who went on a call, told the guy, hey, turn your car off, this, that, and the other. And when he stepped around from his cruiser, the guy started shooting him. I think the guy shot him like 7 times. And the
That
police chief,
escalated quickly.
it went bad. So the police chief said, if you listen to the officer, he was calm, he wasn't screaming, And he said, and his training kicked in. And I said, that's the key that I'm trying to get y'all to understand. When
Yeah.
you take training of any sort, and when you're in a tight situation within the notary realm and you're sitting there at the table, are you able to be calm? And does the training you took kick in? If you're not calm, if you're freaking out, and the training that you have doesn't kick in because you're sitting there like, wait a minute, none of what I learned is helping me with this, then that's a problem. That's a huge
Yeah.
problem across the board, that nothing that you spent money on is able to help you out in your current situation. So this is why I say, as notaries, as business owners, as people who are trying to get help, you need to make sure that you understand what you need to get trained in and hold those people's feet to the fire to educate you properly. And it's no different than you do for your kids. It's no different than you do when you go to the store and you say, okay, I'm supposed to get, a 2-for-1, like when Payless was here, buy one, get one, and they sit there and charge you full price for everything. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Right.
Life is about getting what you're supposed to get and getting what was promised to you. So why would you take less within the realm of notary with our business? You shouldn't, and everything. So
No, and kind of to add to that, since you touched on, going out and seeking and, knowing what you need to be trained in. Another thing that we as adults need to come to grips with is understanding the way that we learn, right?
mhm,
Because not everybody teaches the same way. Not everybody can deliver content the same way. Griff and I can have the same course, using the same system, same setup, and we could do it online. But that doesn't mean that the way that Griff portrays the information is going to be taken the same way that I portray the information. We
right.
could even say the same thing. We could say the same exact words, and my infliction on the words could be different, and how I feel about the subject and how I teach it could be different than the way that you teach it, which is going to affect the way that your audience is going to, your students are going to respond. So that's something that I don't know if I think a lot of people are price shopping when it comes to training, or they're looking for who they like the most, what personality
Mhm.
they like, and they wouldn't mind being around that personality for 3 hours. But are you getting 3 hours of personality or 3 hours of actual training that you can use? Are you getting repetition during that training? Because it's the old adage, if you don't use it, you lose it. And
Right.
whenever you're learning anything, whether it's bouncing a ball, lifting weights, it's all about repetition. And going to the gym, partly, yes, lifting weights is one thing, but your technique and making sure that you're doing it the same on every single rep is also important, right?
Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
and your brain operates the same way. You need repetition. So if you're going to training and you're not getting repetition, then all you're doing is receiving information and hoping that you remember it, after you are done saying goodbye and eating everybody's food. Just
That is
saying.
correct.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah. So,
I mean, that's training. I
yeah,
mean,
that is.
you and I understand training. I come from a training background. That's training. Now, get-togethers, that's different. But don't call it get-together or training.
Correct.
Training is about working.
Right. Yeah, get together is just a social, just like the Better Business Bureau, little after hour mixers and things of that nature. Nobody's really trying to train and learn. I mean, you can pass some information on, but that's where people like, I just want to get a quick answer. Oh, okay, if
Yeah.
I do this, if I do these three things that Griff said, then I can move forward. And it's like, not necessarily, because if you don't have the proper discipline and other things, all of these are factors that you have to take into an account. So going forward, people, as you stay in this business or move over into another business or add, you're going to have to start stripping away the things that you was doing in the W-2 world that doesn't fit in a business world as a business owner. If you
Yeah.
continue to hold on to those things, people are like, well, they need to pay me every 2 weeks. That doesn't happen in the world, in our world, all the time.
Right.
That really, really, really doesn't. Well, I'll just go direct. Okay, how much clientele, how much work does your direct client has? If they
And are
don't
you
have the
available
work,
during those times that they have work too?
right? And are you available when they need you? If the answer is I don't know how much work they have and I can't really be available to them, then why are you clamoring about being direct? And a lot of notaries have been hitting me up lately, and they themselves, they're mainly working part-time. So if you're
Right.
working this part-time, then why are you concerned about getting orders because you already know you can't? Well, I was hoping they would have them in the evening. Okay, the only reason why they have an order in the evening, as I've said multiple times, is that the person who wants to sign the paper is available in the evening.
Right.
That's, I started off letting y'all know I had an 11 o'clock that got shifted to 1:30. I had to cancel it because I had a 3 o'clock. And then after I canceled being able to do the 11 o'clock that went to 1:30, my 3 o'clock said I want to do it at 9 in the morning. Now, being full time, I was able to accommodate it. But when you part time and you're only doing it in the evenings, you can't even take those kind of orders because that's, somebody say, okay, yeah, we're going to do it at 3. And then they say 9 in the morning. You're like, no, I got a meeting at 9 in the morning. I got a budget meeting.
Right.
That's what it is. So you have to work it where it's at and then move forward. But if your goal is never to go full time in this, don't stress yourself out over the fact that when the orders are coming. Okay, well, there might be some on the weekend. Well, no, I can't do weekends. Okay, so you can't do weekends. You can only do from 5 to 7:30. Why did you come into business?
Well, here's the thing. Even if you can only do a certain amount of time or a certain amount of hours, I wouldn't be putting all my eggs and learning efforts into loan signing. Being a notary signing agent, I wouldn't
That's all
focus
they
more
want
on
to do. That's the problem.
I
That's
know.
all they want to do.
If you don't know what your market is like, then I would spend the bulk of my time trying to build my general notary work, because that's something that you control a lot more than working with a title company or something like that, and build that base while you try to figure out what you can do for the loan signing. But if you're not gonna, if you can't be available all like that, and you're just hoping that there's business like that, that's not that's not a good way to build a foundation for yourself. I would do it the other round and then dabble in the notary signing agent world and just focus on your general notary work.
Yeah.
If you're part-time.
If you're part-time, just deal with the general notary work and you should be good to go.
Yeah, don't abandon that. If you're part-time and you're expecting to make money, do not abandon general notary work. That should be like your staple right there, while you try to figure out, what companies are doing business at an hour that you're not working. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's depending on if they've been told that, well, now they're being told general notary is the way to go. But 2-3 months ago, these same people who were clamoring about how they love general notary work, they weren't saying that. If you go back, if they still got those posts up, they was talking smack about, I ain't doing general. And see, this is, y'all got to realize, when people sit here and talk a certain way, unless they can legitimately give you a reason why they had to shift, you got to question. It's like, okay, wait a minute. You talk so negative about this. That's like, that'll be like an East Coast rap and a West Coast rap. All of a sudden they formalizing together. It's like, wait a minute. I thought y'all didn't like each other. What's going on here? Hold on. What do you mean? Nah. Y'all only doing it because nobody ain't buying y'all stuff on Spotify, which that's where you can find the Notaries Unsealed podcast on Spotify.
Absolutely.
But that's what I'm saying. You see these collaborations. It's like, that's the whole jab at Ja Rule. And I never thought about that, is that I think he only put out like 2 actual solo albums, but everything else was collaborations that he did, which I sort of like. I always like Ja Rule because he got a little deep, scrappy voice. But
no comment.
I know you don't like it.
He made great pop music.
Yeah. I don't.
Let me stop, man. Ja had a good career, until 50 killed it, but he had a good career, man. Anyway, this ain't Notaries Unsealed. See that? Why am I on here? This is what we should be talking about tonight. Come on, man.
I know, man. I know. We might be talking about that when we record.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead on the bounce out, man. I ain't want to spend a whole lot of time on here today. But I appreciate everybody. I'm doing much better, nice and healthy again. And I'm just chilling. So I got a 6 o'clock sign in. Go check on Pops. I got him some food. I'm gonna go put up there for him. And I might go kick it with the wife until it's time for me to go do my signing. I got all the work done at her place, got her projector up, had to fix one of her stylist chairs.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
looked
even
good, man.
realize, huh?
The projector looked good. I saw the video. It looked good.
Yeah, man, that thing came. Yeah, man, I was getting nervous because the little plastic part that holds the anchor behind the drywall
Mm-hmm.
didn't. It was weird. Once I got everything set, I go to screw the thing in, and then it just falls off.
Oh,
And I was like, what the heck? And it was weird because on one bracket, everything worked fine with the plastic support.
Mhm.
And then it fell off. And I was like, so I had to readjust and shift everything over by like an inch and a half. It was a tight fit, but I made it work. And I got it in there first time. So I didn't have like 15 holes all in the walls and
good
stuff
job,
and
man. No,
everything.
it looked clean. It looks smooth.
Yeah.
Hopefully it does what it's supposed to do.
Oh yeah. She's already been using it, and I got the heavy duty brackets, so they can hold up to 82 pounds, and the screen itself is like barely 20. So yeah, so it's rated for much heavier and everything and all of that. But then I had to work on her stylist chair. I had got a new base for her, but I didn't realize that the part that we screw into the bottom of the seat was sloped. So when you sat in the chair, you had like a little gangster lean.
Oh, I got you.
And I didn't, and so looking at it, you have to really look at this little square piece, and it's like a little square piece. And so you're thinking it's flat, but when you look at it, it has a slight tilt to it.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So that tilt had to be in the front to kick the so that the footrest doesn't hit the floor. And I didn't realize that. So we got that fixed. Matter of fact, I finished doing that this morning and all of that. So I'm chill now. So I'm gonna take the people out, man.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Hey guys, please check out the Notaries Unsealed.
Yeah.
It is great. If you've had a chance to listen, the first 2 episodes, they were good. They're getting a lot better. We're getting a lot more comfortable with each other. The conversations are getting a lot more open. So if you enjoyed what you got in the first 2 episodes, trust me, you're gonna love what you get in the next weeks and the week after that. That we all open up a little bit more. So I think that you guys are really gonna enjoy it. So make sure that you check out Notaries Unsealed on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, everywhere else too. I mean, just do a search. You can just Google us. Google me.
Yeah.
All right. Google us. Google Notaries Unsealed. We're out there. You'll find us. It's there. It's great. The Spotify users get a little bit more than everybody else does, just because Spotify is it's a different type of platform. So if you're on Spotify, when you do listen, please check for any community things that we put in there. I do post questions and polls and stuff like that. So we're looking for all types of engagement, and look out for the Notaries Unsealed Instagram page that will be coming probably within the next week, as well as the Notaries Unsealed webpage. Eventually we got some plans for that, but that really depends on y'all. So check us out. All right, we Notaries Unsealed.
All right. Well, I'm gonna play that that spot one more time. Give it to the people.
Hey,
yo, fellas, let me hit you back. I just got an order come through. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to slide on the signer right quick. Get this taken care of.
It's captivated, baby. My slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. They side, not side,
made it come up on it. My slide on the sign, I got an order for it.
That's mine, got a buck and a quarter
quarter
for
for
it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. They side, not side, made it come up on it.
I'm a notary with a little poetry. When they see the work, yup, they already know it's me. Ain't nobody cold as me, and I brought my boys with me. We know the Notaries Unsealed, I know you're noticing. No games, no fluff, no frills. We came came to this game to discuss what's real. In this lane, grab the wheel. It's insane that we deal with dangerous trainers, with heinous behaviors. We ain't saviors, but we can save ya a little money and time. Don't thank us. You hear this banger, so tear the day up. No business mind, never mind. Just play us.
Might slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. East side, north side, made it come up on it. Might slide on the sign, I got an order for it. That's mine, got a buck and a quarter for it. Let's ride, my guy, keep these orders coming. East side, north side, made it come up on it.
It's captivated, baby.